Hey guys, King of Charmanders here, and today I bring to you a video on the new best Black Diablos Bow Driftsmelt build, Early Meta. So this video explores the best early meta Driftsmelt build for the Black Diablos Bow / Cera Coilbender. So, there are two parts of this build. This is the first one, which is the early one, because you know it's really hard to roll those Driftsmelt slots and get to your endgame build. And the second one is, like I mentioned, the endgame build. So, here's the one you want to start out with and then slowly build towards the ultimate Black Diablos Bow build. The Black Diablos Bow is the undisputed super weapon since its release. A long time ago, back in the day, when it first came out, the event for Black Diablos and Black Diablos was revealed, I knew this weapon was going to be absolutely amazing, and I'm glad I was right. And I will be releasing a video in the future with the ultimate build with the endgame Driftsmelt meta. Like I mentioned, there's two parts, this one and then the next one. So, the next video I put out for this build will be the ultimate Black Diablos Bow / Cera Coilbender build. And we're gonna jump right into it. So the build I've been talking about, you know, the one that's the new, hottest, and greatest meta is Focus 5 Burst 5. And this is the early Driftsmelt meta versus non-Driftsmelt meta. So, this is the early one, meaning this is early game. So, this new meta, Belos, the new meta Black Diablos Bow build, uses 2 Amber Driftstones to add 2 levels of burst. And this is what I mean by early meta. We only have 2 Driftstones for this build. So this is an early Driftstone build. As you see here, with just 2 Driftstones, we are able to beat out the top 5 non-Driftstone meta builds by 350 plus theoretical damage points. That's a lot of points. As you see, the top 5 has 4006 up until 4077, which is the #1 build. With just 2 Driftstones, we are able to eclipse the top build by 350 plus damage points. This increase in difference is due to the difference between Burst Level 3 and Burst Level 5. Burst Level 3 gives 15% at Level 3 and 30% at Level 5. As you see the bottom build right there, we have Burst 3 and Focus 4. So, with 1 less Focus and 2 less levels of Burst, you lose out on a lot of power, but that's fixed thanks to Driftstones. And now with just 2 Driftstones, like I mentioned, we have a brand new meta. Now the moment you all have been waiting for, here is the Focus 5 Burst 5 Black Diablos Bow / Cera Coilbender build. And it has a practical theoretical damage assessment of 4450, which is a lot, considering we aren't even finished with it yet, because this is the early Driftstone meta build. The thing is, Belos Black Diablos Bow's Pierce Level 4 at Charge Level 3 makes it easy to maintain Burst. And Rathian Vambraces and Rathian Coil provide the original 3 levels of Burst. This is where Driftstones come into play. So Driftsmelt the 2 Amber Driftstones into any 2 pieces of armor in this build, except the Rathian Coil. This will be replaced in the future for the endgame build. So you see here, big, bold letters, and it's underlined. You can put any of the Driftstones into any of the 2 slots except for the Rathian Coil, because that's going to be replaced in the future for the endgame build. To use this build, you need the Black Diablos Bow as high as you can get it. I'm assuming you're at grade 8 or higher if you're looking at this build or trying to research into it, or you're at grade 10 or maxed out. You also have the Azarathos helmet at grade 8 for its Driftsmelt slot, along with the pink Rathian mail at grade 8 for, again, its Driftsmelt slot. Rathian Vambraces for grade 8 because you're going to need its Driftsmelt slot. You can have the Rathian Coil at grade 6, however, because we're going to be replacing it in the future, and the Gyrototus Greaves at grade 8 because we will need it for its Driftsmelt slot. In other words, all these pieces, except for the Rathian Coil, need to be grade 8 or higher. But is this build really that powerful? Well, here we have Burst Level 3 versus Burst Level 5 against 8-star Zinogre. So this video example pits Burst Level 3 versus the Driftsmelted Burst Level 5. And as we see here, Burst Level 5 is able to shorten the battle significantly as it is able to break one of Zinogre's horns before it has a chance to roar. While Burst Level 3, the battle is affected by a roar, and I'll use my special skill to avoid getting hit by its Thunder Orb attack. This example shows just how powerful Focus Level 5 and Burst Level 5 is. Here's a little note though, my Burst Level 5 build here does have a few attack parameter points, but it's like +6. so it doesn't largely affect the outcome of the battle. But you see, it's really good. And mind you, this is only 2 Driftstones that were smelted in. So with just 2 Driftstones, you turn an already super powerful weapon to an even more powerful weapon for one of the most powerful monsters in the Monster Hunter Now meta as of right now. In closing, look out for my ultimate Black Diablos Bow Driftsmelt build for the endgame meta in the future. So this is only part 1, but part 1's pretty dang good because with only just 2 Driftstones, you can have this super powerful build, but it can get even better. So again, look out for that ultimate Black Diablos Bow Driftsmelt build in the future. Remember, Driftsmelt builds require an insane amount of luck. Even if you're spending money to Driftsmelt, you still have to get lucky with Driftstone rewards and roll the skill you need when you Driftsmelt. The thing is, Driftsmelting, no matter what, even if you spend money, you still gotta pray to RNGesus and do whatever ritual you need and hope and pray that you get what you want. There's no pity system or anything like that, like Genshin Impact, where the more rolls you do, the more odds you get of getting something. Even Drift Gems, because here's the thing about Drift Gems. Drift Gems, you have 3 skills. Here's the problem though. Those 3 skills also have skill parameters. Attack, defense, and affinity. Which means you can roll the other 2 skills you don't want because they all have skill parameters and it's still a low chance. So yeah, enjoy your journey. Don't worry about it so much. Again, this is an endgame mechanic. In other words, you're not meant to make it very easy for you. It's just here so that you can get something better if you get really lucky. With that being said, please do me a huge favor. Like, subscribe, and comment for the YouTube algorithm. Good luck on your grinds. Good luck on all your Driftsmelt drop rewards as well as your rolls. And I will see y'all on the next video.